What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of KittyTheCockatoo. If you like what you see and you want to see more, then please feel free to subscribe to join the flock. So we are going to start a new series called One Hit Wonders, and in this series we are going to be playing like some random games that probably only take 1 or 2 videos to complete, just so we can have a bit of variety on the channel and so I can experience some other stuff. And the first one we're going to do with it's the Stanley Parable. I've heard about this game a lot. I've really wanted to play it for like a long time, but just never got around to doing it, and then it became free on the Epic Game Store and I thought, why not? So, I don't really know much about it, other than the fact that the narrator is really sassy, because I've got his announcer pack in Dota 2, and I love it. But other than that, we don't really know much, so let's just jump into it. The end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm starting to understand why they made this game free now. Like, the whole, you woke up and there's no one at work and he's in total isolation. It's starting to ring a lot of bells, getting a bit of deja vu about what's actually going on right now in, like, the world.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
I mean, it does feel like centuries have passed when you're sitting at work, I have to be honest. They made a bit of a mess, these employees. Like, I'd sack them if I was like, yeah. Imagine working in that office with all those papers everywhere. I mean, to be fair, I work in a school, so that's never much better, is it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I'm a cockatoo. Cockatoos just don't do what they're told. But part of us feels like it's probably better to do what you're told the first time you play it. Sorry for the random squeak there. It's my dog with his favourite toy chicken. But we're a cockatoo, and cockatoos don't do what you're told. You can't tell a cockatoo what to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire it. Oh yes, this is very
The lounge
admirable.
was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
I mean, the subtle charm. It feels almost like a Harry Potter Dementor.
Yes, really
Soul-sucking.
worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is worth it, narrator. I'm glad you appreciate it. I mean, look at that. Look at that beautiful course, beautiful leaf. Even the pins, like this.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I mean, is that coffee nut? Coffee nut. I mean, yeah, this is basically stereotypical office. Alright, we'll move on.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
But he didn't. Because I don't do what I'm told.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm really bad at directions, actually, not gonna lie. I'm starting to get with Stanley. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Penalty for misuse. Penalty for... So it's got a $5,000 penalty, even though you die if you jump off. That's priorities in this day and age, isn't it? But in true cockatoo fashion, I feel like we're just not going to do what we're told this game.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh, that's
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
That sound. Oh, I didn't expect it to... Oh, that hit me. The crunch. Alright, well this time we're going to go...
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
If I can make it for this, I can make it for anything. I feel like I'm going to be stuck playing this game for the next 10 years.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
And then we're going to find out that actually we're never going to stop playing this game.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
this game has no end.
just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We'll worry about you later.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I'm guessing the lift goes up there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
foot here. But there's a door there.
Here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
If we go through that door.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
Yeah, we can.
But the fact is that the story... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes, I am that convinced.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But he didn't, he walked through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Maybe you misunderstood because Stanley walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, he walked through the blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I don't intend to.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes, it was.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
That make every game better.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Am I still going to take the right door?
Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Wait, what?
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Stick it up your ass, that's what you're supposed to do with it.
I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Whoa! Stanley Parable, worldwide leaderboard. Damn, that's a lot of doors. Whoa. That's hurting my eyes. Stanley. What? What do you mean by last? How long did it get for the correct door? We used the correct door, right? We used the correct door because it was the door we chose.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No, I wouldn't. No, let's go.
Let me boot it up.
Let's do this.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Oh, no.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Are you kidding
It's
me?
a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play
So you want us to keep
make
pressing
sure
the
it's
button?
effective?
Nah.
Be sure to keep notes on your
No, because we don't do what the
experience.
narrator tells us. It's going to be burn, baby, burn. It's so exciting. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, you burn, baby,
You
you burn.
heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's
I'm
over.
done too, mate.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Yes!
Let's see.
Avery Attorney,
What do we have here?
Hellblade, Skyrim, Sonic, Crash
Yes.
Bandicoot.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What's it going to be? Minecraft!
Well, Stanley, is this any better?
I've never
At
actually
last,
played
the one
Minecraft.
thing
How
you've
bad is
always
that?
desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
I've always
But is it enough?
thought about playing Minecraft,
Tell
but
me
never
that,
actually
Stanley.
played it.
Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
I bet they're all raging in the comments like, how have you not played Minecraft? You need to play Minecraft. Well, maybe Minecraft
This
will appear on
go
the one,
here.
like
No,
One Hit Wonders
here. And then
series. What kind of house is this?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
A door.
It's
I mean,
complete.
I feel like I could have
made
done a better
this,
job.
Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
It's rubbish.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I'm in.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
It looks like an outdoor
Diamond
box, like outdo.
everything.
Out,
Yes.
outdoor
Come along,
box.
Stanley. We have to go mining.
Like an old toilet from like the 1920s or something. Going on an adventure, guys. I really need to play Minecraft. This is really
My,
making me want to
it
try
looks
it.
like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in
No,
mind.
don't take us away.
I'm looking for something more
No.
narrow and linear. Something that
No,
makes you feel
no.
utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
Oh,
Okay,
no, come
new
on.
game.
I want to play Minecraft now. Come on, game, let me play Minecraft. Jazzy music.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You
This game looks
trapped in a
familiar.
glass box with no way out, listening
It's
to me
Portal.
talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself.
Now I
What
wanna
is
play
this
Portal
game
too.
supposed to
Oh.
be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious.
I'm also sorry if you hear
Let's
noises in the
go
background.
find
Dogs,
out
like,
what the
digging.
hell this is.
Right, we're going to be playing Portal now. This game has just gone from playing one game to playing like several. I love it.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
I am a genius. Thanks for noticing.
No, actually, you know what?
Wait,
I think
what?
that's plenty.
No.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I highly doubt...
Oh god. Oh. Alright. Let's go through the door then. Oh. Sorry, I got to let the pupper out. I can't see anything. Literally see nothing. Wait, what? Oh wait, the footsteps has changed. That's a good sign. Nope. I just saw us fall down somewhere. I can't see anything. Oh wait, there we go. There. Dear Lord. Walk up. Computers. Walk towards the light. I'm so confused right now. I want to go back to Minecraft. Can we do anything in here? Wait, is that like all the offices and stuff on there? No, that looks like the outside. Is that it? Nope.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
Oh, we
down
did.
in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I mean, I was quite satisfied with that. Like Minecraft, Portal, burning babies, apparently. Oh, oh, wait, whoa. What's up with the paper?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Why is there more paper now? And the rate has
When
changed.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I feel like the narrator, like, he's changing every time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Maybe he's getting sick of our nonsense.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Are we like...
Why? I don't know how
we,
to
like,
convince you of
reality?
this, but
'Cause,
I
like,
really do
all
want
the
to help
extra
you,
paper
to
and
show
stuff.
you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I shall walk through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen
Red's
to
actually
me.
my favourite colour.
Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I feel like Stanley has done the 10,000 steps that you need to do on your pedometer right now.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Wow.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, look at the
isn't it?
stars. That's
If we
Orion's
just stay
belt.
right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Yeah, I like this though. Imagine if your workplace had something like this, so like instead like your break room was like sat in here, just enjoying the stars and the peaceful music whilst you had your sandwich. Or soup, since I'll have to live on soup. And the never-ending diet. Oh, look at all that. But you know, the narrator's also happy and we don't like him being happy.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh, he sounds devastated. Listen to him.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I mean, I feel like such a dick now, but let's go.
No!
Oh, Christ.
Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
How did we not break our legs there, jumping off here? Oh my god. Oof.
Stanley, let's go back to the other... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yes.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Oh, yes.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yes, you are.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oof.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm going back.
Yes, you are. Oh, the paper's gone now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I wonder how many more options
Stanley
there
decided
are
to go
from
to the
right
meeting
door.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think this time we'll stay on the lift. We've jumped off the lift. We've done the blue door, the red door.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm a bit nervous to go through the door on the left.
It was
Like, not the
okay.
first door on the left. This door on the left, because I feel like that's going to
But
lead us
eager
to
to
the
get back to
story
business,
from the
Stanley
left
took the
door.
first open door on his left.
So I don't know if that actually does lead anywhere different,
Stanley
because
was
if it
so
just
bad
leads
at
to there,
following
then that should be in the
directions,
next
it's
video.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Because I don't want
I'm
like
not your
repetition
enemy,
between
really, I'm
the
not.
two videos.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I might do
I'm
the
not asking
left
for
door
me,
first, and then
I'm
I'll
asking
come back
for
without
her.
videoing to do that door to see if it does show anything, I think.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance
don't
to
know.
redeem yourself.
I'm just a bit worried that this
To
video is
put
getting quite
your
long. I didn't
work
expect this game to
aside,
be so long.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's her? Ooh, oh god, that scared the crap out
That's
of me.
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
But I don't like answering the phone. Like, does anyone else, when their phone rings, just like to ignore it? Because I do. I just sit and stare at it like, not feeling that today.
hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, you bastard.
Gotcha.
You deserved
Oh,
all the
come on. Did you
punishment
actually
we gave
think
you
you had a
before.
loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
I feel like this is going to be a punishment for not doing my job. Also, why are the apartments numbered after the employees as well? This is some messed up world of tedium.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Wait, what? We die?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I feel we don't have a choice but to press the button now. I feel like the narrators just be like, nah, I'm done with you making choices now. Now you're going to do what I say. So
Look
let's
at
go
him
with
there,
it.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
What?
to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Why?
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I mean, this is getting depressed now. This is a real punishment at this point.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
This monologue is a punishment.
The thought excited him terribly.
The narrators obviously hacked off and he's sent to punish
So
us.
he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Wait, what? I wanna go
And down
that
another
door.
was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Well, we did the baby one. That was
It
fun.
was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I feel like we're going to be playing several more times.
But there is no answer.
Wait.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I mean, can we not do it? Tick, tock, tick. It's like being in an exam room with that clock ticking. Do we have to press this? But I feel like we're going to have to press it. I don't feel like we can get out of here without pressing it. Is this going to be like a mind game where it's going to make us wait for so long? Now I'm torn. Do I press the button? Do I not press the button? Nothing's happening. Maybe the narrator's playing mind games. Maybe he wants us to like wait it out. Maybe he thinks that we're weak and that we'll press it. But nothing's happening. I know if you played this, we'll press the button, but if you have to wait so long without pressing the button, please tell me in the comments if anything happens.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press Z to question up. That's the key to happiness, guys. As I tell you, you always learn something new on KittyTheCockatoo. The key to happiness, don't ask questions.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
Ignorance is
But I
bliss.
don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
And I tried.
I actually love it. Oh, please die. Boom. Sass in this game. So we're back here again. Well, I think we'll leave it there. I know we said we do every option in the right door, but like I was saying before, I might leave where you end up going back into the right track, so I'm not spoiling stuff when we go through the left door. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe, especially if you don't want to miss us going through the left door. And we'll see you next time. Toodles!